Okay.
Did you ever look at anything?
I have nothing right now.
We haven't had anything added to our
Nothing to our.
Nothing.
agenda yet, huh?
No,
Okay, we recess then. All right then.
Okay.
Last week on Thursday, John Williams with Washington Roofing out of Great Bend, he had been called to Kenwood Plaza and also to St. John National Bank because of roof issues. And so he stopped by here and he went out on the roof and he told me that the adjuster needed to be called and we need to, we have some places where there are issues. Apparently, St. John had more hail than, I didn't realize we had much hail. But he said there were some issues up on the roof and he wanted to go with the adjuster when he was here. The three of us, Nita and I, spoke with him. And also, we have, the cement grouting between the brick. I know we've had the front face of the building done. It needs to have a procedure called a point tuck where they work on, we're getting moisture.
We've been going around the building, have we? Went down, we have.
Well, we haven't done the entire thing, and we've got moisture on the west wall that has come through there in that bathroom and that I use up there on 4th floor. The wallpaper that was put up in '77, I believe. I just got up next to it. You can't really see the problem, but when I laid my hand on it, then I could feel that it was loose back there, and there is. And he said, over time that, of course, the wind and, the weather wears.
Well, we had a schedule, we had so much done, kind of every year, then so we got caught up and then we'd wait for several years, so maybe we need to did.
Yeah, well, I think we need to
I know we
get
did
somebody
the
to.
north side last time we did, I think. That's what, 3 or 4 years ago, the north side.
I think it's been
Longer
longer than
than
that.
Okay.
I think it was in 2001.
I think at
Mhm.
least.
Oh, we need to get somebody out here.
Yeah, and
We-
look at-
This,
we need to fix it.
John knows somebody. Where's he out of?
Well, I think he's out of the Great Bend
Is he out of
area.
Great Bend?
Uh-huh,
He was gonna talk to
and then we'll
He's a
go.
mason.
We
him.
had-
He knows
You
somebody.
might look back at our record, who we've had before, this is
Uh-huh.
company.
No, I do
I
not.
look back at our records, we've had the same company for.
And I think
I
they
think
were
it was
all.
car truck for you.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Out of Wichita.
But
Uh-huh.
I think so,
Uh-huh.
that's who we had and did a good job for.
Also, remember, I think it was early last spring, I had Mike come and work on the shed out here in the roof. That's where the satellite dish for the sheriff's office sat. Well, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when I came to the alley, that dish was it was hanging by its cords upside down. Well, I found out since then, we've had it removed, but it tore a big place with all this wind we've had, that catches. It tore a big corner in that roof. Mike is going to have to come back and do some more work on that roof because it's leaking again. It pulled up the shingles and he didn't have time. The morning that I called him, he had something else going on, but he needs to come back, and I don't know if that's an issue with insurance again. But the dish has been taken down and, yeah.
I know that, might check and see, don't hurt, if we get issues with the roof too.
Right,
Turn it
right.
into- That's
We
not,
might-
that's-
We might be able
well,
to,
you have turned the roof in,
Well, the
Yeah.
adjuster's supposed to be here.
we'll just go ahead and look at the.
Look at the
Yeah.
shed too.
Shed too, same
yeah,
time as here.
because it did, on the interior of the roof, it pulled some of the plywood, and I mean, it's gonna have to
Well,
have
when
some,
they come.
Well, yeah. And you said that he'll be here this week.
I think that the John Williams knows, or the EMC adjuster knows this John
John,
Williams, so
okay.
he was gonna communicate with
Okay.
him directly.
Yeah, because I knew he said he'd been with this gentleman before, and he worked for him.
So the roof, the brick on the courthouse and the shed roof.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Want to take care of it,
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else right now? We're recessed.
New computers at about $1,100. So, total? Or a piece? Total,
So,
Total.
yeah.
Even cheaper.
Yeah, pretty good price. These are gonna have what they call the RAID drive on them. It's 2 hard drives, so if one hard drive crashes, the other hard drive will still have all your documents and everything, so you don't lose it. So it's kind of a security feature for a backup. Jeff was talking to me about it, and I thought, well, I should probably replace mine and Lisa's computer to have that, since we do have a lot of spreadsheets and vital documents.
There was newegg.com
Yeah,
is where you're
Jeff,
getting them.
yeah, Jeff just did that for me, told me what I needed, and emailed it to me, and then all I gotta do is submit that to order it. And then he will put it together.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, so that saves us a lot of money doing it that way, so. And then our 2 computers, I'm gonna update a couple of the girls', give those to them and rotate out our oldest computers, so.
yeah, price a lot different than it was.
There's this. This is our abstract of our tax roll. And since we're close to second half taxes, in that last column over there, at 27.32%, that shows what we still have outstanding, so. And by May 10th, that should get down about to 8%, so we still got about 20% of our tax roll to collect.
Usually hit about 8% they'll pay on time.
Yeah, and it'll go delinquent, then usually, we're at 0.75% for our delinquency, so that's pretty good. You shoot for 2%, so we're at 0.75% on delinquency rate, so we do good on our delinquency rate for our county. So I thought, well, you guys might want to see that, see where we're at on second half
That's
taxes.
right, May the 10th, and it
Yeah.
says
Yeah,
June.
we were just talking about that this morning.
The scenario changed back, we know that.
And the 10th is on Friday, so technically, I'll give people Monday to
I
wait.
mean, the attendance on Saturday.
Or Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah.
yeah.
They have
Wouldn't
till
be
the
on
12th.
Friday, you couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you could do it. The 12th or the 9th.
yeah, I'd go ahead and give it to, when it falls on the weekend, I usually always give it to them. So,
So the intangible tax is $23,000. That's, I still wish someone would take the initiative and get that
that,
on the ballot and get it off.
yeah.
I think it's a very unfair tax. And it's not enforceable. Is that what you're saying?
That's what the state says, that they don't. It's enforceable.
So it's just the honest folks paying. Well,
Well, and it turns into it's a delinquent, it's like a personal property tax. So if people don't pay it, then they can't renew their car tax, so.
So it is enforceable.
I guess
Well,
in that way,
If
it
they,
is.
Of
if
the-
they
of-
turn it in.
of those who report.
Right,
Oh,
they,
I
there's
see what
no
you're saying.
policing of who reports it and who doesn't.
Yeah,
So they
you're
just throw away
talking
the
about it.
1099 and they forget it.
Right.
So, I mean, to me, it seems like there's an awful lot of paperwork for $23,000. There's
And
7
we do get a
townships.
lot of complaints about that in my office.
I have been getting them
Yeah,
Well, why don't we
They-
publish
they don't understand.
how to,
too. We're gonna talk to Joe about that.
well, I mean, no, what I'm saying is just quote the statute on how to,
I said they had a chance in the 80s.
1983.
And most people did.
And most of them did, but there's a
Few
few
of them
that
didn't,
haven't.
There's 7 townships and 2 cities.
Yeah, right. But it is kind of unfair when some taxing units have to do it and others don't.
Well, it certainly had the opportunity to do it though, but just, it shouldn't, took the
Yeah,
initiative did then.
and that's what we tell them, you know, you have to go through a voting process to get it off the, to get rid of it, so.
What we done?
So,
All right, thank you.
brought you what I could,
Yeah, all right, thanks.
pass your time a little bit more.
Donuts and coffee would be appreciated.
Anything else right now? We'll recess.
Oh, I'm doing all right, yeah.
Where's Nita?
I'm no busy.
She went that way.
She went
She
back.
probably said she'd be out there somewhere.
Say you've been busy?
Yeah, we have,
See you have.
yeah.
Okay, we're back in session.
Okay.
All right, Jeff.
First, I was wanting to know if you guys have had a chance to visit about the extra deputy or not, or if you're still looking
What do we find out how we're gonna fund it?
Can't this year.
That's a given. You usually gotta talk to Terry Brown about it.
I think Terry's been on.
to. So basically, when I do my next budget, just put it in there and
That'll be
see.
in that then, just in your budget then.
And the second thing, I need to visit with you guys in executive session about non-elected personnel.
For how long?
10 minutes.
I mean, I'll make the motion, we go into executive session to discuss non-elected personnel for 10 minutes.
Second.
Second.
Moved in second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are in executive session.
Hopefully this week we'll have that meeting and get the Crime Stoppers going.
So you say you're gonna try to do a tri-county,
Well,
if it'll work?
at least on the answering service part of it, I don't know about the rest, but see, they had the owners of the one in Houston that was there at the seminar, and he talked like if we had 2 or 3 counties that he would drop the rate a little bit, so. But I need to talk to the board about it, because that's the other thing, I can't have a whole lot of involvement in the actual Crime Stoppers board, I'm just,
An advisor?
right, well, yeah, I just go in and tell them if I think they deserve a reward, if there was an arrest made. And one other thing that they talked about, there's 5 people on the board here, and it doesn't sound like that's enough.
And,
Especially in a smaller community, they said you gotta have more people, because if someone's gone, or you can't have just 1 or 2 people doing all the work. But I'm looking forward to getting it going.
Yep, I think that'll help.
And
All right.
I don't have anything else.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
You have anything right now? We're recessed. Okay.
What we probably want to do is move to go into an executive session or closed session to discuss a personnel matter involving a non-elected
For how long?
employee. Well, I'll suggest 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, 15 minutes, and that way we always come out early.
All right, that's
I always
Okay.
worry about exceeding our limit.
Do I hear a motion?
I make the motion, we go into executive session for non-elected personnel, 15 minutes.
second?
Moved in second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are in executive session, 15. Mr. Graves, pre-termination hearing, and he hasn't showed up, so I guess we are looking at his 5 o'clock this afternoon to resign, or at that time to be terminated, is that correct?
Per the terms of our letter, which we delivered to Mr. Graves, courtesy or in care of his attorney, Mr. Burscheit, Mr. Graves had a pre-termination hearing scheduled for 11 o'clock a.m. In the event he did not show, as has happened, the letter further advised that he would be terminated as of 5 o'clock p.m. today, Monday, March 5, 2008. Of course, if Mr. Graves does resign, we're willing to take his resignation up until 5:00 PM, March 5, 2008.
Very good.
All righty. Anybody else have anything else then?
My daughter's got a complaint that they don't give out medals at the St. John Quad.
Oh, yeah?
Well, here's the thing, she gets a lot of second and third place stuff, okay? She was actually on a gold medal medley, the last event of the day, you know? Her only gold medal a year, but they weren't giving out medals at this one.
I hear a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Go ahead.
We are adjourned then.